Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northeastern side and end with Team 2 on the southwestern side. Starting off with Team 1's front line, we have in Pac-Man Yellow, it is Hudec. He's playing as a UEF for this match as a 1400. In Chevy Crimson, next door to him, we have as a Seraphim is XBOCT playing as a 1500. Again, he is a Seraphim. And then rounding off the front line, we have in Barbie Pink, it is Dorset playing as a Cybran. He is an 1100. Northeast of that location, we have in Emerald Green, it is Skuzz playing as an Aeon. He is a 1400. And then rounding off the conglomerated section for Team 1, it is WilloWisppsi playing as a Seraphim. In Stitch Blue, he is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall by 500 points of rating. And last but not least, in the corner of the map, isolated for Team 1, it is Bourne. He's playing in Blood Angel Red as an Aeon. He is a 1300. Maybe his first name is Jason. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have one UEF. They also have one Cybran, 2 Aeon, and then 2 Seraphim. So again, a little bit nice even distribution of all the factions and all of them represented on Team 1 side of the map. Taking a look at Team 2 side, we'll start with their front line as well. We have in Rust, it is Khal playing as a Cybran. He is a 1200. To his south in Tropical Ocean Blue is Alina. I think I'll say just Alina for short. He is an Aeon. He is a 1800, tied with somebody else on Team 2 for the highest rated player over on Team 2. And south of that location, we have Kidoca playing as a Cybran in Light Octane. He is a 1200. Moving to the southern edge of the map, we have in orange color orange, it is SabDex playing as a Cybran as well. He is a 1500. And then rounding off Team 2's more condensed locations in terms of starting locations, we have Vaswan1 playing in Glow in the Dark Green as an 1800, tied with his neighbor of Alina for the highest rated player on their team, again at 1800. And last but not least, not to forget Team 2's Burger Ice Out player, isolated in that corner of the map, but is HanSolo. Maybe he will shoot first, and maybe he will be shot first, depending on your edition of watching. He is a Cybran. He is a 1300 in Batman Gray. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 0 UEF, but they make up for it for having 4 Cybrans, and then 1 Aeon, and then 1 Seraphim. So again, every faction is represented in the game, just not on each team, with Team 2 lacking the UEF faction, but with heavy Cybran focus. Team 1 a little bit more even distribution, with a slight focus on Aeon and Seraphim tech. And for these 12 plays on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation before they scoop it all up. Currently sitting at... Ooh, that was a big build-up for absolutely pretty much nothing. 2,400 mass makes it out to be, 200 mass per player. I mean, it's something. Not a lot, but it's something. The map, I think, does make up for it a little bit in the mechs department. We see a healthy amount of mechs in the main starting locations, just slightly outside of them. We do see a Trimex position here. We see decent clumpages of mechs here. I mean, it's kind of hard to really isolate that clumpage because you can get a 5-star there. You include that one, that's a 6-star. So you could probably just say that's a 6-star mech position there. We do see a Trimex position there. On the western side, we have Convicom action between Team 2's Elena and Team 1's XBOCT in the middle. And then we have additional mechs dotted on the coastline. And there is a quad mech position on the northwestern corners of the map for Team 1 and Team 2. Looks like so far they're under control of WilloWisppsi. We'll see if they stay under his control or not. But for now, they are under his. We do see gun upgrade starting here for Hudec in the middle. And in terms of comm distribution, I mean, it's very similar to Settins in the way that there's one causeway down the middle. There are 2 ponds. I honestly don't think we'll see that much action in the northwestern pond. The only thing worth protecting are those 2 quad mech positions. I mean, there are some mechs on the shoreline a little bit further in, but the players' main bases, at least 3 of them, are essentially on the edge of the pond. Maybe if you include this one being 4, with access from Team 2 and Team 1 to use cruisers, destroyers, battleships in this southeastern pond. There are some mechs to be grabbed here, a couple of twins, a couple of one-offs, a couple actually in the water. But I do think it's going to be more focused in the pond in the southeast, even though it is kind of annoying with these land masses in the middle of that pretty decent-sized pond. We'll probably just see units traverse this line. Maybe we'll see some sneaky units, but I think the majority of that action will happen pretty close to that shoreline. So in terms of comm distribution, I mean, anybody who's going to go to the middle is going to go to the middle, and anybody else is probably just going to sit in the pond and hang out or focus on upping their production of units or upgrading structures or mechs or whatever have you. We do see XBOCT still getting into it with Elena. We do see Hudec getting some PD online gun upgrade done for him. We have gun upgrading here for Khal, western side. We do see, again, some naval facilities for both teams. One from each team. We have Team 2's Voss and then Team 1's Willow in the pond. We do see Elena is getting hit pretty hard. 2v1ing, especially with the gun upgraded comm of Hudec. Not looking good for him. Elena trying to get into the pond. He's probably going to make it, or she's going to make it. I don't know one way or the other. It looks like they will. And will be heavily damaged, though. 2,000 hit points. The speed upgrade was done for them, just not the range upgrade. And in terms of anybody else on Team 2 making any sort of moves to the middle, we see Kidoca in the pond. And we see SabDex, and I would expect to see HanSolo back here in the corner just hanging out. Team 1, similar situation with the Rigodoso player of Bourne hanging out there in the middle. We do see 3 players. Again, it is XBOCT and Hudec, as well as WilloWisppsi hanging out on that western edge. We do see Khal is over here as well, but again, nothing else from Team 2 in terms of movement. And it looks like it's going to be, again, a little bit more focus on Navy, with T2 Navy already done for WilloWisppsi in that northern pond. We do see the comm of Skuzz is on a nice little excursion mission. Looks like he's just going to hang out in the pond for now. Again, Team 2 has 4 Cybran commanders, so one of them has to go for the torpedo upgrade on board their comm. I mean, Kidoca is in the pond currently, so he could go for it. We do see some subs over the top of Elena's position, and they are able to put the last nail in the coffin and kill off Elena, making this now a 6v5 in favor for Team 1. T2 upgrade started for both the mid-causeway players of Hudec and XBOCT. So again, trying to lock down that middle of the map. This will give another base to Team 2's other players. Looks like Voss is the recipient of that base. Oh, sorry. Scratch that. Let me erase that. Khal is the recipient of that base, which does make sense because Elena was down the middle, so giving the middle player more mass makes more sense because Team 1 is going to start pushing that vector. It might not be all 3 of them. It might just be Hudec and XBOCT. We'll see if Willow joins the fight. Maybe he'll hang back. He's probably focused on Navy. He could try to isolate this northern side and start bombarding, or at least isolating any sort of avenues from Team 2 to go this way and just force the action down the middle or on that eastern side. We do see some pushback in Navy, though, from Team 2. A couple of Team 1 and T2 subs in the area. Some nice little sub killers, not sub hunters like all the other ones are named in this game, because the Cybrans have to be different. Some attack subs, some nice little slivers online, escorting those frigates. Also some other slivers from SabDex. We do see T2 Navy online for Dorset. We do see T2 almost done here for XBOCT as well. And of course, we do see Skuzz is in the pond game as well. Don't see any T2 air yet from anybody else on Team 1, besides, of course, the Rigodoso player who's already at T3. And he's going, of course, to expedite his construction of T3 PGens and air facilities. T2 Navy are, of course, online for Kidoca, and T2 Navy online for SabDex. And any other air players yet? No, looks like it's just Team 1s for now, and of course focus on Navy. Looks like it's just going to be 1v1. Honestly, both teams probably could get away with just having 2 players in air, maybe. I mean, again, 1 and 1, and then maybe have these 2 be the other air players. Because you could probably get away with maybe a 2v2 in Navy, because it's kind of shaping up to be a 3v3 in Navy so far in the southeastern corner. And it's a 1v1 in the middle, and probably maybe a 2v1 in the middle, maybe a 1v1 in the north pond. It just depends if somebody else dips their toes up there. Both teams in the northern pond do have T2 Navy online. Both of them are Seraphim, so there's no faction advantage one way or the other. It's just straight raw, either strat or eco or both, in terms of how many units you're producing, what type of units you're producing, how fast you're producing them, and other sorts of things. Willow going for his T2 engineering suite. Again, all the middle causeway players for Team 1 have T2 engineering suite, or will. Team 2, Khal does not have it, so again, he's relying on engineers, and we're seeing slum build up from Team 1, pushing a little bit further in. Not really shoving everything forward. We do see those Barracudas are providing some issues for Team 1. Dorset, again, could go for the torpedo. He's the only Cybran on Team 1, but he's already in the pond, so he might as well just go for it. Act as a nice little just semi-stationary torp defense and torpedo launcher. Maybe not torp defense, just torpedo launcher. You know, we could see something like that. We do see Navy has been dipped in by Hudec. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't go up over here and maybe try to push this vector, but he's in the pond nonetheless. That might be a distraction at a bare minimum from Team 2, but hey, it's better than nothing. In Team 1's eyes, we do see facilities for XBOCT not looking too great. Looks like there's some missiles or artillery, it looks like, from Team 2 just blapping at that position. We still see Skuzz is in the water to the east. He's kind of been there for a while. Looks like he built a nice little land facility, and that got denied by a couple of Salems. The mexes are probably going to be back and forth for a while in the middle of the map. Maybe it'll start favoring Team 2 slightly, but we'll see. A T2 Navy online for everybody in the southern pond. It's all Cybrans, and we have a Seraphim, a Cybran, and an Aeon. The only UEF for Team 1 is down the middle. Oh, yeah, we do have some UEF tech in Navy. It's not T2 yet. We don't see cruise and missile techs outbound from him yet. We could see it from XBOCT soon. He's not going that route just yet, but we could see some destroyer and cruiser action here shortly. T3, of course, expanding for HanSolo. Nobody has tried to shoot at him first, so it doesn't look like he has to worry about that yet. And in terms of first blood, of course, Team 1 does score it, so it's again 6v5 at 14 minutes still. Nobody else has been destroyed or left the game yet. I'm slightly worried about Skuzz, though. He's still getting shot at by Team 2. They are aware of where that commander is, so they're not really focusing on him. We do see Barracudas inbound, another Salem's inbound. Lots of interceptors inbound from Team 2, though. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just trying to thin out the Air Forces, the Team 1s for Team 1, but they're not going to do a whole lot. It's not like they have, you know, Cormorant-class bombers inbound, the torpedo bombers. I do like the transport of engineers. Looks like it's moving in for reclaim. There's not really a whole lot right now. It looks like the majority of it does reside on Team 1 side of the map, though. And it looks like Skuzz is just trying to get out of there. He's probably going to go, looks like he goes for that mix. He's probably just going to snake the edge of the map there and then go that way and just try to get out of there. Team 1 is kind of getting overwhelmed now by Team 2's forces. Again, nothing air to ground. It's just Navy. Northwestern Pond. I mean, it's kind of an even game for now. Looks like there is a cruiser online, couple of destroyers for both teams. Nothing really one way or the other. You do see a destroyer trying to poke at the land situation here for XBOCT. Again, like I say, with Setons or Setons clones, in the case of the map generator, the middle of the map kind of just becomes defunct because there's nothing really that either team could do. Once one team has some sort of pond presence towards the middle, good luck keeping anything online. I mean, this naval facility is going to be just destroyed here shortly. XBOCT is going to be fully pushed out of land for now. We have maybe a base here for Hudec that might survive. Maybe being the key word. I just don't see him really keeping anything maybe south of this line. Maybe he's lucky and he keeps this, but it's probably just going to be end up being just that's what he has access to, and that's it. And we do see now Dorset does have T2, Nano, and the torpedo upgrade online, so he's starting to push back into Navy a little bit. Team 2 will try to probably target him just because he is in the pond. Skuzz has already been in the pond. Look how much damage he's received so far. T2 Navy being... I think he's just going for regular T2 facility. I was like, he's going to build another T2 naval headquarters. He can. I don't see why you'd build one that close to the starting one, but, you know, backup is a backup. We do see Team 2 has landed forces onto Willow's northern section. His western section is still fine for now. Technically, that's Team 2's. I'm a little surprised they didn't go for this one, but looks like this one was weaker in terms of defenses rather than that one. So, in that case, that makes more sense. Torp bombers are starting to fly around for Team 2's HanSolo, though. I do expect to see every naval player in this game go for T2 air because you always, as a naval player, need to build your own torp defense, not torp defense, but torpedo bombers, and torp defense to be fair, but specifically torp bombers, because the air player might be busy and you request some torp bombers, and by the time they show up, everything's kind of just dead and gone. So might as well have your own just to dictate what you need it, where you need it, why you need it, all that sorts of stuff. We do see, I think Dorset has been spotted. Yeah, maybe he's been spotted by Team 2. The pings are over top of him. It could be from Team 1 technically, but nonetheless, there is some warnings to be had over there. In terms of eco, Team 2 slightly in the lead. It's about 1,000 versus 950. So again, about 10 mass in favor per player for Team 2. Not actually a big amount of mass to be ahead. That's essentially one T2 mechs single ringed pretty much. It's not exactly that, but it's pretty darn close, because it's again 9 mass a second for it. We do see destroyers are falling back, but again, in terms of numbers, Dorset does not have them. There's even more online here for Team 2's Khal. It looks like has the control of those, which is funny because he's controlling the middle of the map, so he's controlling Navy and middle, and he is pushing the middle now. It might start hurting him a little bit later in the game. We do see that Dorset's taking a lot of shots, but again, he does have nano, 84 hit points a second region, and T2 veterancy, no, T2 veterancy, 1-star veterancy, and T2 engineering suite, which gives him again 10% additional hit points and then 2,000 additional hit points for that engineering suite upgrade. We do see more bombers inbound. Again, they might try to go after that comm. I don't think they will though, because again, he does have stealth online, so they don't have an exact location of where that comm is at all times, unless they can get an Omni or something above him or within range. Hudec dealing with some pesky little land invaders from Team 2's Khal. Nice movement there, using that little ramp to get into Hudec's position. This will weaken the middle of the map significantly, maybe even spill over into XBOCT stuff. We do see Hudec trying to push in. There's a lot of firepower from Team 2 here. Hudec not looking super great. Team 1 needs to arrive with reinforcements, or, well, he's probably a dead man already, but he's gonna he's trying to get out of there. He's dodging actually pretty decent, to be honest. He's still taking damage. He's at so he's at 2-star veterancy, and he's at T2 engineering suite. Oh, but he doesn't make it to the shield, and he is gone. So nice little bit of revenge for Team 2. Drops it to a 5v5 at 21 minutes. So almost everybody made it past 20 except for Atlanta, and then not everybody made it past 30, because we might see more deaths as the game progresses. Dorset's inbound with that torpedo-capable comm. Again, has to be careful how long he stays here, because if Team 2 constantly is sending reinforcements, eventually Team 1, if they're not sending reinforcements, will be depleted, and it will just not be a good situation here for Dorset. He's taken some of the shots from those Salems, taking a little bit of the pressure off of the other destroyers from Team 1, and looks like the destroyers might be the focus for Team 1. Yeah, they're going after this one, which is, I mean, they can go after that one. I figure they go after the one that's in front of their face first, but you know, that's my opinion on that front. Looks like Team 2's Voss has now landed troops up here and killed off the other facility for Willow, so he's lost both of those northwestern corners. I mean, it is 4 mexes per landmass, so it does make a difference. Is it a big difference? I don't know about that, but for now they're denied for Team 1. They're not being grabbed by Team 2 yet. Looks like he's working on that right now. We do see some of those nasty little Yasows are online. Again, the Yasows, of course, are the T3 submarine variant in this game. The only one in the game that is T3. All the other ones are T2 and below. And, of course, torpedoes do not affect hover tech units, because the engineers from the Seraphim and the Aeon are hover. We do see a lot of destroyers, though, for Team 2. Is he going for his own T3? Soon he's going to build a couple more destroyers and then go for T3. That might give Team 1 the opportunity to push in. Battleship is online. I mean, having, you know, about half of a battle, is a battle group 12 ships fleet? I don't know. It's just 5. There are but 6 of them. I mean, usually a dozen is like the grouping that I usually give for things, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know the exact nomenclature for a group of submarines, let alone Navy in general. It could just be a submarine sandwich. I don't know. Anyway, we do see they're being bullied by some torque bombers for Team 2. ASFs are inbound from Team 1's Jason Bourne, or just Bourne to be short, to deal with those. We do see actually secondary air player is online for Team 2 in the form of SabDex, so he does have some ASFs kicking around. The first group of ASFs from him have been destroyed, but the ones from HanSolo are still there. So it looks like it's about slightly dead even. Lots of shifting of momentum for Team 1. Look at this, completely pushing in, closing into Team 2's T3 naval headquarters. We have a T2, and this ones are all destroyed. Don't know if that was on purpose or not. Could have been on purpose, but I don't know, maybe Team 1 just plotted some assassination attempts on those ones specifically. But Dorset is losing troops significantly here. We do see another battleship's about to be online. There's 2 of them here, and the numbers are favoring Team 2 significantly. T3 Navy online, T3 Navy online, T3 Navy is coming online. But Team 1 is catching up in that regard, and T2 UEF tech as well, getting some bulwarks. And I assume just cruisers? Yeah, just cruisers. Because you might as well go for more AA in the area. Yasau is still pushing with that. Nice little escorting Hathum class battleship. T3 Navy probably isn't going to be built. Battleship is within range of the T2 headquarters though. So unless Team 2 can deal with that Hathum sooner rather than later, they probably looks like they're targeting the Yasaus first. Not a bad call. But again, there is some AA in the area. There's another battleship inbound. We've dealt with half of those Yasaus. I'm going to assume there's more underway here shortly. And the unique Seraphim battleships can build nukes on board. That could be really dangerous if Team 1 can line up some battleships like we've seen subs do all the time and start bombarding Team 2 this way or even this way. That's probably not going to be good for Team 2 long term. We'll see what Willow ends up doing though. Oh, T2 Navy has been destroyed. Team 1 doesn't own the Navy yet on that northern pond, but it's looking pretty good so far for Team 1 on that front. On the other side, Team 2 doing a very good job of saying, nah, go away, we're pushing back in again. And we have Dorset underneath some bulwark. That's not bad, but that is a lot of firepower inbound from Team 2. Lots and lots of destroyers, lots of frigates, lots of cruisers. A couple of battleships starting to now be the main focus of that fleet. We do see an aircraft carrier now coming underway, providing some AA support. We do see some T3 now online for Kidoca. We're trying to assist in that regard as well. Team 1 down the middle, we do see a chicken. And since the death of Hudec, there hasn't been a lot of aggression one way or the other, to be honest. Again, that's just what happens in Sentinel-like games. The middle of the map, for the most part, kind of just is there and doesn't really do a whole lot. Battleship online just going to be, I think, absolutely riddled with plasma or rounds from Team 2. Looks like they're looks like they're actual like rounds, because the Aeon and the Seraphim have lasers or plasma-based weapons. I think the UEF have a couple, but not very many. I'm trying to think of all the weapon systems on board, everything. I think maybe the satellite's the only like laser that Team 1 has, that UEF has. I think everything else is like actual shell. Slug throwers, all that sort of stuff from another nomenclature from other franchises. We do see again. There's a lot of shots coming in from Team 2. It looks like they're going after the comm, but that's just the cyber and the cruiser shots. You do see that the AA weapon on board can be targeting ground or naval units in this case, so adding just more lead down range. Not as accurate, but hey, it's better than nothing. And we do see that Team 1 is cleaning up over here. Willow doing a very good job of dealing with this. Ground firing that last nice little harms there. And those facilities, that one is not going to upgrade to T3 anytime soon. Maybe he left and moved over there, but we do see a nuke is online for Team 2 SabDex. That's interesting. How much? Oh, just barely built. It's going to take a couple of minutes to finish it. Team 1, big question. Yep, you are aware of it. Have you prepared for it? A little bit. That one just came online, so it looks like the eastern side might be a vulnerable target for Team 2 to exploit. And Dorset is still here. Usually comms leave the Navy just because it kind of becomes untenable. He's staying with it for now. I feel like he's going to be targeted here soon. And Team 1 has now officially claimed the northern pond for themselves. Chicken is continuing to push in. Willow doing a very good job of just full sending this beast straight on through. A good target might even be the T3 naval headquarters, just to eliminate that annoyance for Team 2. There is another one, or Team 1, but, you know, killing off one is better than killing off none, at least in that regard. because there's a lot of pressure still inbound from Team 2, and it's not stopping. Dorset doing, again, a decent amount of work. 7,000. Maskill closing in on 10,000 for his 5th star vet. And it looks like the chicken's going to die next to T2 land headquarters and a couple of mexes. So some economic damage on Team 2. Team 1 is now significantly leading the fight in terms of mass per second. Looks like it's 2.4 to 2.6. That is a ton to be ahead. Team 2 is still in the lead for total mass accrued, but that is not going to live much longer. That lead is going to stay pretty much not going up. It's going to be going down for Team 2. We do see... Oh, chicken, watch out. Chicken, there's an ion storm there. Watch out. Oh, it's gone. Okay. I was going to say the chicken's going to run right into it and take some unnecessary firepower. And here comes the most, I think, annoying unit in Navy. And it's not even a naval unit. It is a megalith, because it just has a chonky amount of hit points, more than any of the other naval experimentals in the game. And again, it has torp defense and torpedoes on board. It's just a menace in Navy. And again, imagine if the water was short enough where you can actually stick the guns outside of the water and actually shoot the dual cannons at naval unit. That's just even, it makes it even worse. Looks like some whalers coming over the top here from Team 2, trying to exert some air power over Team 1. Looks like air power definitely is in favor for Team 2. HanSolo's at 100. And Bourne is at 56. I did like the original Bourne trilogy. I think the other movies weren't bad, but I'd still prefer the Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, Bourne Ultimatum. I think those 3 are very good. I think Bourne Supremacy might be my favorite of the 3. I mean, I do like the intro of Bourne Identity, but I think I like Supremacy more, because you get through that kind of initial, this is his somewhat origin story and whatnot. And you kind of just get into more of the action and whatnot. That's just me, though. And gunships are doing a decent amount of work. They're honestly, to be fair, not really targeting anything in particular. And then the ASFs from Team 1 just go scoop that up. They did kill off the SMD, though. I think that's the biggest thing they killed off. Nuke will probably be inbound to that location. Is that a missile? What is that? That's just a missile going to nowhere. Is it going down? Where's it going? Man, it's just going, gone, I guess.
Strategic launch
Nuke is inbound. Yep, it is targeting the base for Skuzz. And yeah, that missile just kind of went nowhere. And it's going to get a lot of stuff killed. Lots of T3 mechs destroyed. It will weaken at least some of the Navy for Team 1. Again, there's that Megawitch just outputting tons of torp defense and torpedoes constantly. And then you couple that with Yasaus and fetching good luck, piercing that torpedo defense aura. There is an SMD over there, not loaded yet. Man, there goes the nuke. It's going to be a lovely nuke from Team 2, killing off a lot of power and mexes. And T3 land. Boom! Again, kills off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mexes, plus all that power. Team 1 is starved a little bit from their lead that they had, but it's still a decent lead though for Team 1 nonetheless. It's about 5 to 600. We do see some gunships now coming in again from Team 2. I think the ASFs from Team 2 might have something to say about that. Teleporter started for Skuzz, which is interesting. Don't know why he's doing that. We do see in the backline Bug being started here for Team 2's HanSolo. The nuke killed off almost 50k mass. Love to see that. Artillery already in the yellow. This map should be small enough for that artillery to hit almost everything. You can't hit the stuff in the northeastern corner, but you can hit pretty much anything else, which is better than nothing. You probably have to get this thing right about probably there to really make it all-encompassing. Awasa Bomber being started here for Vaswan in his base. Again, the Navy is now on lockdown for Team 1. Nothing getting in or out without their say-so. We have tons of Team 1 AA being spammed up. Gunship targeting the headquarters. They kill off all the other facilities, just not, of course, the main one. Team 1 is starting to hunker down, and a Bug is already online and killing off some of those AA units for Team 1. Targeting those cruisers and... Was there an aircraft carrier? There was, I think, an aircraft carrier at some point. It's gone now. There's one over here for Team 2. Maybe that's what I was thinking. And the Crab, again, barely even just scuffing the paint on that thing. And Nuke is inbound from Team 1. Nice little Plan B inbound. I don't see where this is going. Oh, yeah, satellite online for Willow as well. Oh, I see where it's going. Is there an SMD? There is one there. Is it loaded? No, it's not. Engineers already know what's inbound. And Hudec pointing out that same SMD. Oh, no. Kidoca, don't get too close. Oh! Kaboom! That's that one's got to hurt because it looked like he was kind of walking into it a little bit. That's unfortunate. Maybe he thought it was going further back into here or something, but that is a kill for Team 1. It drops this game down to a 5v4. Now back in favor for Team 1. ARAS being built in XBOCT's com. Where's that satellite? Satellite is here, building an artillery piece right next to it. At least it's not touching the PGen. At least there's no just adjacency trying to be had. The adjacency doesn't exist between the Novax and the PGen, so I'm lovely to see that. Donate the same shield. It's conserving, energy and power to build the thing. Energy and power, mass and power to build the thing. But, if you can get enough assisting or getting actual additional shields, it should be fine. I just like stacking up the very volatile structures next to kind of semi-important things like the Novax. Artillery, you need that just for the increase in fire rate, so that's understandable. But the Novax, you can pretty much get away with just putting a shield and a Novax. That's it. That's all that has to be under the shield. You can put more shields, more Novaxes, but just being pure shields and Novaxes definitely is a good way to go. Is that missile going to... Oh! It looked like it hit. Oh, I thought it hit one of the ASFs, but maybe it was... got shot by those TMD nearby on board those cruisers. Plan B almost reloaded for another missile. Didn't kill a lot of mass off, but definitely killed off a player. Air fight happening. Oh, this is a great engagement from Team 1. Came in as Team 2 was retreating this way. They're curving back around. There's some AA in the area. They get transferred over, and HanSolo control Ks. Probably actually not a control K, given the fact that there is a satellite nearby. So the picture-in-picture will definitely give you an idea of exactly what happened to him. That's unfortunate timing, though, for Team 2's Air Forces because they're right in the middle of that fight. There's still a lot of AA, though. Ooh, don't fly back over. Ooh, that's ouchy. There's nothing really here from Team 2 to fight. You're just sitting ASFs over the top of AA unnecessarily. It loses most of those aircraft. I mean, it keeps some of them out of there, but a lot of them got killed off unnecessarily. Team 2 is down another player. It is now a 5v3 in favor for Team 1. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't, because why not at this point, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, take into account that there's a nuke and an artillery online for SabDex, and he has control of somewhat of the remains of HanSolo's base. He did not shoot first, and he was not shot first, so there's also that. We do see XBOCT getting kind of shot at a little bit by that artillery. It looks like it's targeting the SMDs here. Artillery almost online for Willow. Is anybody building anything big and surprising? Well, we have some SACUs being built out of that quantum gateway there for some more RAS increase for eco. I don't see any plans to build a secondary artillery. We do have that bomber, but Team 1 no longer really doesn't have to super worry about air from Team 2 because the air grid is gone. There's still the secondary one over here. More mass fabs or whatnot being built there. Bomber is making a move on to... Ooh, that's a nice grouping of Yasows. Kills off, I'd say about half. That's definitely worth the... I'd say possible death of the Alpha Sub Bomber, but it is worth going after at least a bare minimum. Team 1's still bombarding the northern shores. I don't see any... oh, no, there it is. It is loaded. Nuke is being fired from Team 1's Plan B. Once again, there is an SMD in the area. I don't think that one is within range. No, it doesn't look like it isn't. And there it goes. It will destroy the T3 naval headquarters here and some PGens and some mexes to boot. Kaboom! Nice grabs there. And it does, of course, annoy Team 2 because, again, that's another facility destroyed by a nuke. And now the artillery is gone by the satellite. There's a second one being built now, but that's not looking good. It actually looks like Team 1, again, using the Duke as well. Again, Willow doing a very good job of spotting for his artillery piece. Now, Nuke is inbound from Team 2. And there's an SMD. Is it within range? It is barely outside of range. So pretty much everything right about here will be destroyed. Nothing honestly too inconsequential for Team 1. They will lose access to the Perseus unless they have a backup UEF facility nearby. But as of right now, it will be the end of the Percy production for Team 1. And there goes the nuke. There's a lot of engineers here, lots of SACUs trying to get out of there. Actually, didn't go as far as I thought. Kaboom! Killed off again the SACUs just newly gated in, and some mexes as well. But in terms of eco, it's still 2.8 to 1.7. Yeah, it's not looking good for Team 2. It's starting to collapse on this side. The middle of the map, of course, just doesn't really exist anymore. The rigger slot is pretty much gone. The artillery is gone. The nuke is also gone. That is not good for Team 2. The last kind of weapon or two is essentially destroyed. We see missile barrage inbound for, I guess, one of the aircraft carriers. And is there Team D on the aircraft carriers? There is not. Oh, no, there is. It's just not saying that there is. That's odd. Usually it says there's Team D on board, but for some reason the aircraft carriers don't say that. That's a little odd. Seraphim in the pond. Look at this. Just absolutely annihilating that nice little Galaxy class battleship. And we have a crabby crab war in the pond. And it is, of course, being assisted by the constant spam of missiles from those cruisers as well, because, again, the battleship is just kind of sitting there. Another Megawath and a Monkey Lord nearby. Team 1's Megawath, again, it's been standing there for a while. It's been alive in the pond for a while now, but I don't think it'll live much longer. Yasas are just eating that Megawath. It is, again, just how long it takes to chew through all those hit points. We do see the satellite now focusing on the artillery replacement for Voss. That they killed off the other one for Team 2. So it looks like any attempt for Team 2 to build anything big and exciting has been slightly denied. Were those... Okay, no, those are Revenants. I thought they looked like Cormorants or something for a second. I was like, why is he sending out T2 torp bombers after that land facility? You do see Bourne has 2 squadrons. He has 11 of the Aeon variety, and he has... Oh, those are Solaces. I was like, why is he not being selected? But those are Solaces inbound. Very deadly torpedo bomber. They might be targeting these two. I mean, the comm is sitting in the pond right here. I don't think they know where the comm is. Looks like they're targeting any sort of efforts to, again, build anything. And Team 2's SabDex control case underneath coverage. It looks like they're going after the facility, I guess, which is something. I mean, they overkill that thing incredibly, but, you know, is a just immediate destruction. We do see torp bombers inbound for... They drop on that... no, they're dropping on other of the facilities, I guess, and most of those Solaces are now gone. Chicken being escorted by Perseus again. This time the chicken is under control of XBOCT. We have chicken here, satellite over top, bug over the top. Team 2 is just getting overwhelmed. We have a missile snipe from Skuzz inbound. I don't think he's sniping anybody in particular, but he is... gotta move. Oh, almost got him. It was close, considering. But here comes some strats inbound after Voss's comm. And shields are down. T2PD being built. It's sensor package, T3, and torpedo. And there goes Team 2's Voss. Does not give the satisfaction of Team 1 killing him off. And then Nuke tries to, I guess, kill off the units in the Navy. Kaboom. That just leaves Khal remaining for Team 2. And all the walls are crumbling down. It is not looking good for Team 2 at all. And I was going to say a couple of chickens died, but that's just the animation because they're being built. And Team 1 doesn't know where he is just yet. I mean, right over top of him. Look at that. All you have to do is get just a nice little spy plane. Khal either will control K and cede the match to Team 1, or he will die by Team 1's hand. We do see chicken fight over there. It was fun to 3v1 all game, or 1v3 I should say. I mean, there was a support in Navy for Team 2. Maybe it just doesn't feel like it was enough support maybe, but there was support in Navy. Doesn't look, yeah, there's not really much else that Team 2 can do at this point. Khal is still here, and there is the gating out technical control K of Team 2's last remaining player. Team 1 wins it. Not a flawless game, but a pretty gosh darn close game to flawless. They just lost Hudec there to those Salems that were bombarding that front line. But Team 1 wins it. 45 minutes, a little bit of change. over. We do see, again, Willow at 1.3K and Bourne at 800. Again, he's on single base, and technically Willow was on double base. I mean, Willow just essentially saying, nope, this is mine, go away. I mean, that was nice. It honestly wasn't as consequential as his actual focus on maybe artillery, satellite. He built actually 3 at the very end there. Don't think 3 was needed at that point, but, 1 was at least that useful, and the satellite as well. This was very important to the game going back and forth. It does kind of end up being a stalemate towards the end, but the assassination of the comm from the satellite, the nuke was pretty good from Team 2. They just couldn't really do as much damage as they probably would have wanted to because Team 1 countered it pretty quickly with SMDs and most of the locations. There was an opportunity for Team 2 to actually take out the Navy, and had they done that, this would have been a very different game. There would have been a lot of land invasions or just lots of refocusing on this from Team 1. Maybe even pulling attention from Willow over to here just to assist, but it wasn't meant to be. So hopefully you enjoyed this little bit shorter of a game. Thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, because I don't know why you wouldn't at this point, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know who the MVP is. I honestly don't have one in particular. Again, Willow did a pretty good job. We had, XBOCT, Dorset, and Skuzz in the pond. I do like the possible missile snipe teleport attempt, but didn't really get anywhere. But let me know how you feel about the match, and I will see all of you in the next one.